Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. Another great article here from Mike over at Light Reading. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So, on the announcement yesterday during the Super Bowl from T-Mobile, I wanted to talk about that from the Verizon perspective. So it's not going to be as easy for Verizon as it once was. Right, when T-Mobile was the smaller player, they were still punching above their weight. They were effective, right? They grew, they pushed a big Un-carrier momentum, and it worked. But now it's different. T-Mobile has a much bigger budget. They are able to match any types of partnerships, right? In the past, if Verizon would have done a satellite partnership, I would have really questioned if T-Mobile was able to match it. But now, totally different company, totally different ball game, and it's just different. And for those of you who remember, T-Mobile was the one to push the satellite first. They had the announcement back in 2022. If you guys remember, Mike Sievert, they went out to the headquarters of SpaceX. They pushed a big announcement, right? So they were first. So if we're being factual, right, you'd have to say the others are following T-Mobile, right? People are saying, everybody's following the leader, Verizon. T-Mobile announced this first, like very first, right? Verizon didn't hop on board until late in like the 11th hour, and then they jumped on with AST. They were technically in last place because AT&T announced AST before them. If we're being honest, right? I have to be honest. So it's, as I've said before, the industry now is as competitive as it's ever been, and more competitive in regards to like a level playing field. Before, it was still competitive, but it wasn't a level playing field. T-Mobile couldn't compete in this area. They couldn't really compete here. They really couldn't do government. They didn't even try for first responders. Now they're trying everything. They're getting into satellite. They're going for first responders with T priority. They're going after enterprise, right? I'm hearing stuff, right? Just rumblings like refineries, oil fields. I mean, I'm hearing all of that. And TFB, T-Mobile for Business, successfully getting those partnerships. So it's not what it once was, where Verizon would just put their foot down, they would spend, and nobody else could really compete much or do much about it. Now, totally different ball game. Totally different ball game. Right? T-Mobile continues to win. The stock continues to go up. The market cap continues to go up. And that means, right, T-Mobile's already an investment grade, but they're going to look even better to shareholders and investors, and then they're going to look better to the debt market. It's going to be easier for them to refinance, to get more debt in the future if they need it, right? So it's going to be tough for Verizon moving forward from a overall competitive perspective. They're still going to compete. Verizon is still going to compete. They're still going to be able to get the customers that they're looking for, right? Being financially disciplined, as Sampath said in the reply to me, they want to be financially disciplined. And when and where they see the opportunity to grow, that's when they want to grow and gain customers. But of course, that's not going to be as easy as it may have been a few years ago. So we'll see what happens, but I just wanted to speak on that briefly in this video from the Verizon perspective. Verizon's not necessarily going to make any drastic changes, right? They're still gonna do their partnerships. They're still gonna do what they're doing with AST, and the whole debate on which is going to be better, Starlink, AST. We can talk about that in another video. I mean, that's going to be debated back and forth all day long, but it's a good time to be in the wireless industry. Our price is going up, yes. I mean, there's messages going out on the My Verizon app over the last few days that your bill is going up by February 20th. So this is a another reminder, right? They put the announcement out at the beginning of January or the middle of January that these price increases were coming, and then Verizon is definitely letting people know again. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. See y'all in the next one. Peace.